Up, Tim? Good morning. Good to be back after 2 days of being offline. If you haven't already bought your island off the call that I made last week just before going offline, best you pay attention. Let's just quickly have a look at that before we dive straight in. Beautiful call. I said expect a little bit of consolidation in this range that we were building. Quick drop down, little bit further consolidation and a smash back up. So that is exactly what happened. And as Gary Player says, Gary Player is one of the best golfers of all time. The more I practice, the luckier I get. So this wasn't absolute, witchcraft. It was very simply a lot of screen time, a lot of practice, and a little bit of luck. So hopefully we can do some more incredible work together. Let's just quickly get stuck into the TradFi markets. What I do want you to have a look at here with the Dixie is very simple. We do have this weekly order block seeming to slow down or retard this massive incline. And essentially, what we do need to have a look at and continue tracking is what will it continue to do? Is this weekly order block really the be all and end all for Dixie, or are we going to see it continue to power up? This is basically what gave me the clue to expect what happened last week. You can see, as I have said in the past, that this V-shaped recovery here in the SPX was a huge clue. Don't forget that we've been through a very, very rough period, and anything that gives a tiny bit of oxygen to this very, very starved market essentially shoots it straight back up again. So that was one of the clues. Now, what I do want us to just track over the next week or two is this zone over here, which is pretty much the reverse of this zone here in the Dixie. This is going to be very, very telling as to whether or not we are going to continue further up in our crypto markets or not. So let's just continue tracking that. All eyes, therefore, on this SR zone over here. Are we going to claim it and then continue into this region here, essentially coming back into this fixed range? Or are we going to roll over again? That is really what we want to be tracking. If we do claim this and come back up into here, we do have this vector over here that we do need to recover, at least the 50% mark of it. So again, like I say, are we going to start ranging around in this area with a quick spike up to recover that and back down again and continue ranging? Or are we going to just roll over? Right, let's track that. And one of the things that obviously we use as a tool is the news. So please don't forget, later on today, we have two sets of news and old Powell giving us some thoughts. So let's continue just having a look and tracking that. Right. This was another huge clue as to the move up. Remember I said we saw this rounded bottom here in the spot markets, and we saw some interest coming back in the spot markets as opposed to the slow bleed down. I did see a change of the kind of buying characteristic over here with this continued speculative kind of rise in the perp markets. That has continued quite spectacularly, of course. Here we had a nice rise, a little bit of a plateau, and a very, very buoyant and bullish kind of market structure in the spot buying characteristic. So I do expect continuation in that regard. Now the trick is how much continuation. That's what we are going to have a look at here. This is our daily chart in Bitcoin. And as you can see, we are smashing right up against the edge and even past and through that top edge of the Bollinger Band. So don't forget that you can have two kinds of reaction. Let's have a look at this part of the chart over here where it was grinding up against the edge of the top of the Bollinger Band and then came down again. And then you also have this kind of a reaction where it just continues grinding up right along the top and out of the Bollinger Band before normalizing and stabilizing. So essentially, what we need to do is try to understand what was driving this move up, and are we going to continue seeing some kind of strength out of here? If you remember, this was the part of time where Gary Gensler was on his mission to destroy crypto, and there was just bearish news after bearish news and FUD after FUD. As soon as we got some kind of oxygen in the markets, there was some really decent news. I think it had something to do with the spot ETF, if I can remember correctly. We had this insane rise to the upside. Okay, so essentially, what we do need to have a look here is very simple. This downtrend line here has convincingly been smashed. Okay, that means there's a change of character in the markets, as I've shown you um, in the previous screen. So what I'm going to do is just get rid of this to clean up our charts. What I also want you to have a look at is that we have convincingly smashed through the point of control of this range. We do need a daily close above it, however. So today needs to continue showing us what to expect. And if we have a nice daily close above here, then I would expect continuation right up to and above our value area high. However, what we want to do is just slow down and take it level by level, and that is what I'm going to do and show you here. We need some new fresh levels. Right, so what is it that we have over here? We need to have a look at what is our next area of support and resistance. And actually, what I have done before recording is take this all the way back, and it is very, very well respected. Just to clean up the charts, I've started our SR line over here. Okay, so that's something I want you to be aware of. However, let's just start from the top. Where were we and where have we come from? What we did is that we smashed through this order block over here. So I want this really to become a breaker, essentially. Because of this price action that we really just smashed right through it, I do expect price at some stage to come back down and test it as resistance. And don't forget, we've got this midline here of the vector candle that we do need to revisit. And that is essentially our old SR line. So as you can see, we're starting to build some confluence around this zone for price to come and revisit. I've just added the 50% zone, and as you can see, we've got this confluence around here. So let's continue our journey as to framing where we are and what we can expect price action to do. Right, so we've got our bottom zone here, and at the top I've told you that we have got this beautiful little SR, and hey presto, we've got another sell imbalance that we have yet to test up in this zone. So that seems to be some pretty good resistance over there. That's building our picture. Previous price action shows us that we have this range over here. So what I do expect is the following. We are consolidating in this zone over here, as you can see, and we do still have it's pretty loose, meaning it's not nice and tight. We don't have tight price action like this, so we could go either way. We could go up to the top here. We could also roll over and come down to the bottom here. No problem, because we do know what our levels are. Okay, so let's just continue building this picture over here. Let's see what we do have here. Okay, so let's just take a step back. What I would like to happen here is I would like to see us pushing up further. This is my preferred case because we have got this incredibly bullish price action. We have seen that open interest is also continuing to climb. So this has been initially a weak move up because open interest dropped dramatically on this rise. However, in these few candles over here, we have seen open interest increasing, and we've seen continued bullish price action. So I do expect us to come up further before seeing us drop down into this zone over here. Right. Let us just build a further scenario. If we do, however, not roll over, and if we do see some claiming of that level, we do need to get through this selling imbalance, which is the bottom and this value area low here. If we do manage to get through there, then we are, let's just get rid of this, then we are right back into this range over here, if we have claimed that, right? Then what can we expect? What we can expect is the following. We have an order block, right? So let's just come back to what I was saying. If we do not find resistance over here and continue in this range over here, then we will have claimed this, gotten through this sell imbalance, and then what I want you to do is start having a look for reactions in this zone over here. We do have a point of control and a high volume node and a value area high that you can scalp off of. Okay, so you might get that kind of a thing happening. But if you're looking for bigger day and swing trades, what you should start looking for is a reaction in this zone over here. If you do not get an initial wick up in and a change in market structure to head on down, if you do get this, then what is happening is very simple. You are witnessing a further liquidity hunt because you've got a lot of wicks up in this zone over here. Okay, so there's quite a bit of liquidity over here. So if you don't see an initial kind of reaction off of that order block, you might see a further wick up into this area for a swing failure pattern type trade before starting to come down again. Right, so these are all of the scenarios you should be aware of. What I do suspect might happen today, as it is Monday, is we start forming Monday's range, which is in this zone over here. Right. As always, please, if you're not in a trade already and you're looking for an entry, it's very, very simple. Drop down to a lower time frame, draw out your fixed range, and have a look to see what is it that where is it that you want to go short. Well, we've already had an entry earlier for a quick scalp and day trade to come down to the bottom here, like I said, and then going up. So if you are looking for a long, I wouldn't touch anything until you start coming and having a look at reactions in and around this area, right? If you are looking for shorts, well, you might be lucky enough to have another spike up into this zone over here before coming down, right? That's pretty much it. Don't look for anything else. And this is a scalp, by the way. If you're looking for a nice day trade, like I said, have a look for reactions in and around this area and a low time frame market structure change before taking your short back down to the bottom over here. And that is pretty much it for today. I will be active in the group. If you have any questions, please let me know, and let's track this throughout the rest of the week. And let me just remind you once again that we have a challenge, and I need some love. I need some people to join the interest in the 10x challenge, where we are looking to go from 0.1 BTC to a full BTC, where I take you by the hand and show you exactly how to do it. We are going to get stuck into trade methodology. We're going to get stuck into risk management. I'm going to show you tools, how I quickly enter and exit, how I track all of my trades. We've got a professional sheet to track everything in, and really just taking you by the hand and showing exactly how to do it. So how do you do that? Please have a look at the bottom of the description and have a look. You'll see a link to go to my Twitter. Please like, follow, subscribe, do all of the good stuff. Show me some love, comment, and show me your interest, and you'll be added to the group. So have a great week, and let's make some money together. Thank you.